We begin with breaking news out of Fairborn now. This is you're looking on Colonel Glenn Highway, where we know one man has been hospitalized after being shot. Now that's according to law enforcement on scene. Got the call just before 8 tonight. That person who was shot went to Miami Valley Hospital. Fairborn police is investigating this. We expect to hear more from them shortly. As soon as we get any new information, we will update you on air and online. We also got an update tonight from the controversial battery burn program in Piqua. Now, the city commission there is creating a committee to produce a report and recommendations regarding those events that happened at the water treatment plant from 2017 to 2023. In that time period, lithium-ion batteries were burned near the Great Miami River, causing concerns about the water, air, and soil. Now, the committee will answer several questions like, how did the site go from a proposed fire training academy to a battery burning site? The committee's main goal to be unbiased.
The point of this committee is for it to be independent, to have a non-biased, independent entity actually review these documents and to address the concerns and the issues that not just us as commissioners have, but the public has as well.
Now, Piqua City Commission will appoint members to the committee and a chairman will be appointed. The committee will last as long as it takes to do the report, and once that's submitted, the committee will disband. Here's the rules to serve on it. Members must be residents of Piqua inside the city limits, and current or past employees of the city in that time frame cannot serve on the committee. Some community members, they're not happy with these guidelines.
This problem we have with the water problem, or possible problem, extends past the city limits. So people living outside the city limits have Piqua addresses. They go to your Piqua schools. They're not allowed to be on this committee.
I feel like this is a very corrupt act that you all are doing.
The City Commission says there's nothing stopping citizens and residents outside city limits in different municipalities to form their own committees, and that Piqua would be interested in what they have to say. Springfield police now investigating a suspicious death near a funeral home, and tonight we've confirmed they found a man with a gunshot wound inside of an SUV. We expect more information soon, as early as tomorrow. Lydia Bice has what we know right now.
Today I spoke to a lieutenant with the Springfield Police Division who says that they received a 911 call around 1:30 this afternoon, with the 911 caller saying that they found a dead body in the 800 block of Mason Street, and that body was found in a white SUV there. Police told me that after investigating, they identified that body as a white male in his 40s. Now, I asked if this was the body of Justin Smith, who has been missing out of Springfield since January 29th, and the police lieutenant that I spoke with said that he doesn't think that's the case since this man is in his 40s, but they don't want to rule out any possibilities. Now, Springfield police didn't release any other information on this investigation today, but as soon as we learn more about this suspicious death, we'll be sure to update you here on air and online at Dayton247now.com.
As the search for missing 14-year-old Ellie Carter continues, authorities discovered a new lead in finding her. Today, officers with the help of Troy Fire Department found Carter's backpack in the river near East Main Street and State Route 41. Now, Carter was reported missing by her dad on Friday, February 2nd. That prompted the investigation. She was last seen January 31st in the area of East Stoughton Road and Michigan Avenue, heading toward the Great Miami River. Now, she's 5'7", 110 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. There's a couple pictures of her right there. If you have any information on where she could be tonight, call 911 or the number on your screen. One person is in the hospital tonight after a 3-vehicle crash on I-75 South this morning. That crash involved 2 semis and a Jeep Renegade, we're told. OSHP says the Jeep was in the right lane, merged into the middle one, struck a semi-truck. That truck then veered left, hit the other semi. One person was taken to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. All lanes of that interstate are back open tonight. Next month, the Dayton voters, they're going to decide whether to renew the additional income tax that passed in 2016 as Issue 9. The renewal, Issue 6, will now include money for housing. The Dayton Tenant Union, though, a key voice in getting housing funding added to Issue 6, voicing some concern about how members of the Housing Steering Committee are chosen. So Jenna Lee Bork live in studio to break this down for us. Why did they become concerned?
Yeah, Adam, they became concerned because Dayton Tenant Union recommended 3 people from its organization to be added to the Housing Steering Committee that makes recommendations to the City Commission about how to spend money allocated for housing concerns. In response, the group received an email saying in part, quote, "We want to add a housing professional and preferably a lawyer from Able that understands the broad array of tenant issues that are plaguing our community. It is not our preference to add a community organizer that does not fit the tone or mission of the group." Now the group feels the process is exclusionary. Tonight, Mayor Mims says the process doesn't exclude those voices.
Well, I think you're reading too much into it. I think the issue in terms of what we have to find in every case, to the best of our ability, a balance in terms of individuals that we feel reflect the wishes of the committee and the wishes and needs of the community. Those who have experience in certain categories. In this particular case, for example, I think there is a perception of misspoken issues saying that we're trying to exclude certain people. That's not our wishes.
So who does pick the members of this committee then?
Yeah, he clarified that just a little bit for me. Mayor Mims says the city manager has most of the responsibility for picking the members, but the city commission can give input. Back to you.
Jenna Lee, thanks. Donald Trump is not immune from prosecution in his 2020 election interference case. That's what a federal appeals panel says, potentially leading to more appeals that could reach the United States Supreme Court. Now, Trump argues that he is immune from prosecution for his actions while in the White House as he tries to delay his legal troubles beyond November. All right, here's a live look from the Troy traffic circle tonight. As a warm day, it's now back to a little bit cooler, but got a few more nice days on the way, right, Tim?
Yes, we do. It was a pretty nice day today, honestly. Temperatures making it all the way up to almost 50 degrees. We started off relatively cold, though, right around that freezing mark of 32. We should have been right around 22. So actually, our low temperature and our high temperature for the day both 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. 49 again was our high. Our normal is 39. Not quite 61, but we're not going to be far from that. There are some locations that could possibly hit 61 degrees on Friday when we're expecting temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. Now, right now, through the rest of the evening, we do have high pressure locked in place, very oblong around the area right now, keeping us clear and mild through the night.
All right, Tim, thanks. Well, tomorrow, ODOT crews, they're going to be out patching potholes. So drivers, they should expect lane closures on the ramp from I-75 north to I-675 north. That's tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tomorrow marks 25 years since Erica Baker disappeared while walking her dog near the Kettering Rec Center, and tonight, police may have a new lead in the case. Thanks in part to our exclusive podcast, Missing Erica Baker. Tomorrow morning, we're releasing a new episode giving you an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the new search efforts. This is video from that. This all came from a tip that came in from the podcast. We also talked with Erica's dad, who says these efforts are giving him hope.
We've been into this 25 years, but there has been other cases that's gone on for a lot longer than hers where they were able to recover bodies or to be able to recover the remains. So, I mean, we always have that small sliver of chance that it might happen.
So the new episode will be in your podcast feeds tomorrow morning. Just search for Missing Erica Baker or just scan this QR code. Now, if you haven't listened yet, start at the beginning for all the twists and turns of that case. In preparation for April solar eclipse, schools across the region, they're changing their schedules so students can witness that extraordinary event. The total solar eclipse is going to take place April 8th. Is set to move on a path that will be visible in various parts of Ohio. It'll start at 3:08 p.m. with the final exit of the moon's shadow from the state at 3:19. So to see a full list of all the schools that are going to be closing, and there's a bunch, you can go to our website, Dayton247now.com. We are continuing to help fight hunger in the area, and the Super Bowl of Caring is continuing to go on. It's happening now. It's aimed at helping children especially. We're helping collect donations, which will then be given to the food bank for Love of Children or Flock and the House of Bread. If you feel inspired, please take out your phone, scan the QR code there, and you can make a donation. Just $5. You can feed a child for the weekend. The donation drive ends February 12th. Tonight, we're hearing from the former Franklin County deputy accused of murder for the first time, what he told the jury today. And House Republicans have failed to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. What those who voted against the impeachment are saying. That's next.
And coming up, a look at the future cast for the chance for a few showers across the area as we head towards the end of the week. Here's a look at your Eagle Plumber Skycam. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
For the first time, we're hearing former Franklin County Deputy Jason Meade describe the moments he shot and killed Casey Goodson Jr. Meade took the stand today as the defense began to present their case to the jury. Steve Levine was there, brings us what was said.
As he's turning, he's pointing the gun at me and causing me to duck.
Why did you duck?
I thought he was going to shoot me.
Meade, who was working with a U.S. Marshal Task Force, says when he saw Goodson, Meade notified team members he was going to pursue Goodson. Meade says he found Goodson walking into a home carrying a bag of sandwiches in one hand and a gun in the other.
He's a armed suspect. I don't know where he's come from. I don't know whose home this is. I don't know what he's going to do. All I know is he just pointed a gun at me.
Meade told jurors when Goodson did not drop his weapon after Meade ordered him to do so twice, Goodson pointed a gun at him.
I stepped to the left and I shot him.
Why?
Because he pointed his gun at me. I thought I was going to die.
You're positive you saw that gun?
100% positive.
And you saw the gun come back towards you?
Yes.
Under cross-examination again, Meade said he did not see any earbuds in Casey Goodson Jr.'s ears. Family members had said Goodson was wearing earbuds when he was shot and therefore could not hear any commands given by Meade. There is no police body camera video of the shooting. Testimony expected to continue tomorrow. At the Franklin County Common Pleas Courthouse, Steve Levine.
All right, let's take a look at the futurecast through the night tonight and into the morning tomorrow. Staying clear, going to get nice and cold. Temperatures dropping into the upper 20s, right around 30 degrees. By 6 a.m., a few clouds similar to what we saw today. Maybe a little bit of a cloudy start, but clearing out in the afternoon. A nice one, plenty of sunshine out there, warming us up just a little bit into the right around 50 degrees, lower 50s definitely possible as well. And as we head towards Thursday, more clouds than sun on Thursday ahead of our next weather maker, and that'll only get even worse as we head towards the evening hours. Now, in the overnight hours in Thursday and into Friday morning, we'll have two very, very weak waves that'll push through, bringing us a slight chance of a light shower or two into Friday morning, but those clouds will carry on and off, mixed with some sunshine through the rest of your day Friday and into Saturday.
Roads back open tonight after a train derailment early this morning in Covington, Kentucky. Now, CSX says 4 empty cars ran off the tracks just before 2 a.m. Crews were able to get those cars back on tracks just before 11 this morning. Nobody was hurt out of this. It does come just after Saturday's 1-year anniversary of the toxic train derailment in East Palestine. That pushed Ohio's 2 U.S. senators to introduce a major train safety bill. Now, it's been stuck after passing committees last May. Senator J.D. Vance says he's still waiting for it to be called to the floor.
Well, I do think we have the 60 votes necessary to get it passed. Of course, you can never say so until you actually call the vote. Look, the majority leader has to bring this up to the floor for a vote. I don't think that he's lying to me. I think that he does plan to bring it up for a vote, but we'll see when that happens. We have to remember that whether it's in Covington or East Palestine or anywhere else, we've got way too many train crashes in this country.
The bill itself would require at least 2 crew members to staff long freight trains. It would also beef up inspections of sensors along tracks that can tell when the train's wheels are getting too hot. That's thought to be the cause of the East Palestine derailment. After nearly 10 hours of deliberations, a jury finding 45-year-old Jennifer Crumley guilty of involuntary manslaughter. This is after she failed to stop her teenage son, Ethan, from shooting up a Michigan high school in 2021, killing 4 students. Now, the case sets a new precedent that parents of school shooters can be held responsible for their child's actions. Crumley faces up to 15 years in prison. We have a live look now at the U.S. Capitol, where House Republicans failed to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas by 1 vote. It was tied for several minutes, and the chamber got loud trying to sway the holdouts. 3 Republicans defected, saying the charges failed to identify an impeachable offense by Mayorkas.
As so many things do in Congress, but I think the principle is very clear that Mayorkas did not commit a high crime or misdemeanor.
Now, the Republican Party led effort to pass this measure as a way to criticize the Biden administration for its actions regarding the border. Democrats say the accusations are not true and not a valid reason for impeachment. Now, the House may try again to pass the measure, but it may face stiff opposition in the democratically controlled Senate. All right, here's a live look from our Eco-Plumber Skycam over Miamisburg tonight over I-75. Let's check back in with Tim, who is in for Natalie tonight.
Yeah, Adam, a nice evening out here. Definitely getting a little bit colder. Definitely, like I said, getting those temperatures into the upper 20s. But right now, sitting around 36 for the Dayton area, 28 in Richmond already. Now 30 as you head down towards Oxford, and 31 up towards Bellefontaine. Now, a little bit of a breeze out here, too. We have winds around 3 to 5 miles per hour, so relatively calm, but still makes it feel a couple degrees cooler. 31 is what it feels like in Dayton, and 25 out towards Springfield. And again, we have those warm temperatures coming the next couple of days. Thursday, looking at upper 50s. A few areas might tap that 60-degree mark, and then you head towards Friday. We could definitely see a few locations hit 60 degrees before the weekend, and we'll start to see temperatures fall back closer to where we should be for this time of year.
68 million Americans expected to bet on the Super Bowl next weekend. Many expected to be from right here in Ohio. The impact legalized gambling has had on the state next. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now. The American Gaming Association projects 68 million Americans plan to bet on the Super Bowl. That's about 1 in 4 adults. Bettors plan to wager an estimated $23.1 billion. Now, last year, 50 million people wagered $16 billion, so it's a big uptick. Last year was also the first year sports betting was legal in Ohio. Nearly all bets were made online. Daryl Rowland gives us an update on sports gambling tonight.
The Buckeye State is known for its passionate sports fans. That dedication to the game, a wager paying off for state revenue. We've been poring over the numbers, the dollar amounts whopping. According to the Ohio Casino Control Commission, in the first year of legal sports betting in the state, more than $7.6 billion was wagered. Sports gambling brought in more than $935 million in taxable revenue to gambling organizations. A majority of the money the state took in went to schools. State Representative Jay Edwards of Southeast Ohio believes legalized sports betting has been a plus for the state.
I think overall it's been a success, and obviously the revenues have way outsurpassed what we originally thought.
But critics like Les Bernal of the group Stop Predatory Gambling says it hasn't all been problem-free.
Ohio is really kind of exhibit A of how much the public is being harmed by, this extremely dangerous and addictive product.
In an effort to address those concerns, Jessica Franks with the Ohio Casino Control Commission says the state is offering blocks to gambling sites.
Ohio has partnered with a service called Gamban, and that allows individuals to place some software on their mobile device, their computers, multiple devices, and that will block both legal and illegal gambling sites.
An interesting side note, 97% of all sports bets were placed online or on mobile devices. Daryl Rowland.
Well, if you or someone you know has a betting addiction, help is out there. We got a whole list of resources available right now on our website, Dayton247now.com. This web story you can find by typing betting addiction in the search bar. Well, we are very proud once again to team up with the Humane Society of Greater Dayton to find forever homes for animals in our region. You can join us this Thursday, February 8th for the 4th annual Epic Pet Give-a-thon. We'll be live at the Humane Society of Greater Dayton all day with special giveaways and many success stories. And you can show your support and donate right now by scanning the QR code on your screen or just text EPIC24 to 76278. The U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds are going to be taking part in the Super Bowl this year. We hear from a member of their team on when you'll see them in the skies. And a new professional sports team may be on its way to the Tri-State. What sports experts are saying about this potential hockey franchise. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.